You. What's good, y'all? What's good with it? Nah, it was good though. Figure I'd come back live for a little while, see if anybody's still floating around, talk some shit about the fight, maybe talk some shit about some future fights we're looking forward to. I'll probably stay live for about a half hour. Talk some shit about the fight. Maybe oh, that's me. Why is me talking? Hold on, shut the fuck up, bro. I don't even know how these people listen to you. How do you listen to me, man? I can barely stand myself. What's going on out there, though, man? Talk to me. Who's out in the stream world right now? We'll roll up a little joint real quick. You know what I mean? Decompress a little bit from that blistering, brutal knockout that Tyron Woodley just suffered at the hands of Jake Paul. I mean, listen, the kid can punch, you know? And I don't want to hear now, like, if anybody's going to be like, oh, are they testing him for steroids or this, that? Honestly, I don't give a fuck because they agreed to fight. You know what I mean? If either one of those men aren't getting the fucking best testing possible, you know, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't want to hear no bullshit. It was not a lucky punch. That shit was well, first of all, he feinted to the body. All right. He poured with the jab at one point, and then he came over the top with the right hand. You know, nothing lucky about the punch. He strategized it and he made it happen. You know, and like I said in the other video I just recorded, Tyron Woodley's going to look back, right? He's going to look back on rounds 3, 4, and 5. Tyron Woodley's going to look back on those rounds when Jake Paul, before he caught his second win, Jake Paul was cut, Jake Paul was tired, and Tyron Woodley had a chance to capitalize somewhere around the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. And he didn't do it. And he let Jake Paul build his energy back up, build his confidence back up, get comfortable again, whatever you want to say. And little by little, you've seen the momentum shift back to Jake Paul in a major way. Not that it was ever in Tyron Woodley's hands, but for a few rounds, it was more of Woodley's type of fight. In close, hanging on each other, you know? And that's when Woodley should have let his hands go more, because that's when he had the opportunity. That's the main time that Woodley had an opportunity to do something in this fight, was between rounds 3 and I would say 6, 3, like 3, 4, 5 mainly, when Jake Paul started looking a little tired, a little unsure of himself, and Woodley didn't do enough. And then what happened? Woodley got fucking slumped. All right? And this is now, he's beaten Tyron Woodley by boring decision, you know, fairly boring the first fight, right? He's beat him in a fight that was semi-exciting, you know, just like the first fight. The first fight had its moments. Let's not get it twisted. But now what did he do this time? He put a UFC champion. Granted, Tyron's not young. He might look young. You know, black don't crack. White demolishes. You know what I mean? I'm actually only 21, believe it or not. So look how old I look already. You know what I mean? But now, all jokes aside, you know, Tyron is up there in years, this, that. But he's never been knocked out like that in his MMA career. He's been hit by hard punchers with much smaller gloves. So yeah, you could put age on it a little bit. You know, you could sit there and try to make excuses for Woodley or try to discredit Jake Paul in some way. But it's just not realistic. At the end of the day, it's not realistic. Jake Paul spoke it into existence, right? He spoke fighting into existence. Then he, you know, trolling into existence. And then he busted his ass and trained and learned technique and sparred. And that's why he won the fight. No other reason. Because he put in the work. The kid put in the work. And at no point in the fight, except for when Jake Paul, a couple times he threw like real wing and left hooks, right? That's like some would consider like major amateur shit to some degree, right? Because a skilled boxer is going to wait for you to do that. Then they're going to sit on it and they're going to fucking clip you. You know what I mean? But aside from that, he didn't make any major mental errors, you know? So he didn't make any major mental errors. He boxed early, stood his ground. It got a little rough. He looked like he was getting a little tired for a few rounds, recovered, and then showed more boxing skill than Woodley and more strategy, and did not make the mental error that Tyron Woodley made. He made a mental error. Whether yes, the feint is partly what got Woodley looking away, right? And got him focused a little bit in another direction. But at the end of the day, he had a mental error where he didn't protect himself properly either. So Jake Paul steered clear of mental errors. He boxed well at times. He used his distance well at times. He hugged when he had to. And then once he caught his second win, god damn, that's devastating knockout. Like I said in the other video, man, because I don't know if it uploaded, so I'll say it again. Not comparing Jake Paul to any, official boxers, obviously, right? But it's that same type of devastating knockout that you only seen a handful of times, in boxing. Not a handful, a lot of times in the long run, but that face first, knocked out the minute you get punched, fall to the ground, sack of potatoes shit, done, flat, no breaking the fall, no waking up when you fall right into sleep. You know what I mean? Sleeping before you fall, and then boom, the ground still don't wake you up because that's how sleeping you are. You know what I mean? Devastating. Ricky Hatton versus Pacquiao. Pacquiao versus Marquez. You've seen it enough times in boxing, and I don't care if Jake Paul did it or Manny Pacquiao did it. Still got done. You know what I mean? It still got done. And he set a trap. So you can't take nothing away from him because he set a fucking trap. It wasn't like he threw a couple punches, right, throughout the fight that were like I said, he missed on the 2 left hooks. He missed on a couple close your eyes, throw the big right hands. He did. He missed on a couple of those. But that's not what this was. This wasn't one of those lucky shits. This was, he got in the right position. He was where he wanted to be, right? And he feinted. He got Woodley to overcommit. and he sent them to another fucking, you ever see Lost in Space? You know what I mean? Alpha Centauri, or wherever that fuck they go in Lost in Space. That motherfucker Woodley right now, he's fucking some bitches that Captain Kirk used to fuck. You know what I mean? He's fucking some purple bitch on Alpha Centauri or some bullshit. He's gone. That motherfucker rode a comet. Fuck out of here, man. You got to. Yo, Gunner, you got to, bro. You got to respect the kid. Period. There's no more maybe or what ifs. No. The kid can box. The kid can punch. And the kid can persevere, right? That's the other thing that you needed to see. So last fight, he got hurt more severely than he got hurt in this fight. Jake, when that one round, was it third, fourth round, whatever it was. This fight, Woodley only kind of hurt him, but he did hurt him a little bit in the third round, right? So, but we seen him persevere now. So now not only is he putting the work in the gym, not only can he box, he got some of the fundamentals. Not only can he punch, but he could persevere. You know what I mean? He could get tired, he could get cut, and he still could persevere. And he just knocked out a multiple time, widely regarded as one of the best welterweights, right? Welterweight, 170? Yeah, welterweight in UFC history. And he slumped him. No TKO. This ain't Ben Askren. You know what I mean? Who just wants to see your ass grin and hug your ass and tackle you and sniff your fucking shorts. And I respect wrestling. But I'm just saying, this is a guy who was a wrestler, but was also a striker. Tyron Woodley put a bunch of guys to sleep with that right hand, right? Jake Paul took him, persevered, set a trap, and put him to fucking sleep, bro. That fight was garbage until that shot. He baited Woodley in and set him up at the perfect time. Yeah. So you know what it is? I don't know. I wouldn't say it was garbage. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't like, all right, it would be garbage to me if it was like that and they looked real sloppy. The first fight, they both looked sloppier. There was more weird running from Woodley and wide stances, and more amateur punches at times. I think both guys looked a lot better in this fight. So they looked like boxers for the most part. That's why I wouldn't say it was garbage, but it definitely wasn't exciting. You know, there was only a few exciting moments prior to that knockout. Oh, hot, bro. Yo, lead. Bro, that's one of the most highlight reel punches you could find. You know what I mean? You could look through the fucking, what's that word? The annals of boxing history. It's a little close to annals for me, but I think it's the annals. You could look through, get to the tape. You know what I mean? You could put that up with any brutal knockout ever seen. That shit was crazy. Not only the punch, and once again, it wasn't some crazy, you know, oh, close my eyes. You know, he plotted. Oh, you think I'm going there? Bam, nope, came right up. Perfect. Like it wasn't too wide. You know, it was right. I always say in the box, right? Like Tyson punched in the box. Canelo punches in the box. You know, a lot. Everything's like in a box. Even the hooks aren't too wide. So it was the perfect amount of torque that he got within the real estate he had. Fucking perfect punch, beautiful bait. Can't take nothing away. Can't take nothing away from him. I feel like it was a hugging match. No, there was a lot of that. But that's what I'm saying, right? When it became a hugging match, right? That's when Woodley should have took full advantage of it, right? Because that's what he wanted coming in. The first 2 rounds, Jake Paul stood his ground, used his distance, manipulated the real estate, and Woodley couldn't do much. Then once Woodley hurt him a little bit in that 3rd round, you know, you seen something change in Jake Paul. But then 3 rounds Woodley basically had 3 rounds where Jake Paul didn't look 100%, you know, in some way, whether it was mental, physical, the cut, this, that, he just didn't look right. And then right around the 6th, you seen Jake Paul, okay, he's standing his ground a little more again. And that's what gave him the opportunity. So Woodley's going to look back on this fight. And I said this, I'll repeat, you know, we're on a live, so I'll repeat it again. But he's going to look back on this fight and he's going to see those opportunities in the 3rd, 4th, 5th round. And he's going to regret it for the rest of his life, especially if it ends like that. You know, if it ends in, you know, a little bullshit decision again, or he ends up capitalizing and catches Jake, he's not going to regret not capitalizing on those rounds as much. But he had an opportunity from the 3rd, 4th, 5th round to just be smart, keep your hands up, but attack. And if he would have been smart, kept his hands up and attacked in those 3, 4, 5 round stretch right there, when Jake looked a little tired or off or whatever, there was a good chance he could have at least done a lot of damage, if not got him the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? You can see Tyron saying to his corner after he woke up, what happened? I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, bro. The punch you don't see. What do they always say, right? It's the punch you don't see that does the most damage, you know? And he you know, Tyron Woodley, that was a mixture of not being disciplined, not putting your hands where they should be, and Jake fainting him off, thinking he's going one way, and then bang, coming with it. So he didn't see the shot at all. He didn't see shit. That was it. That shit was crazy, bro. That's highlight shit. That like you said, bro, that's all-time highlight shit. You know? Because the Nate Robinson one looked crazy, but it's Nate Robinson. You know what I mean? The fuck? That's Tyron Woodley. No doubt, but watching the fights, he got balls if he thinks he can step in the ring with Canelo. Yeah, nah. He got balls. That's one thing there's no doubt about with that kid. That kid definitely has fucking balls, and he definitely has heart, you know? And he's nowhere near ready for Canelo. But I'll tell you what, bro. I would be very interested in a Nate Diaz fight or a fucking Nick Diaz. Well, Nate Diaz, man. Maybe that's what they should do, right? If they're smart, I could see this being the play. They might try to work. If Logan can't get the Tyson fight, that's it right there. Logan Paul versus Nick. Fucking Jake Paul versus Nate. Woo! Talk about a pay-per-view, bro. That's just going to sell. That's just going to sell, bro. Yeah, definitely a dope shot. Kid, yeah, Kid hits hard, no doubt. Bro, crazy, bro. Crazy. There's no question in the Kid anymore. That's it. The questions are over. Now, of course, we got to be careful, right? The questions are over as far as his baseline, where he is now. We're not gonna get crazy and start putting him in the ring. He's not fighting any professional boxers, current professional boxers. He could fight the number 20th ranked guy in the cruiserweight division, because that's where he competes technically, right? 190 something. He's not beating any of them right now, but the kid can't be denied. The kid can't be doubted at this point. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Fade to black, bro. That motherfucker, he gave T Wood a DMT. You know what I mean? He gave him the DMT trip real quick. That motherfucker T Wood was seeing elves. What do they say? It's dancing elves and talking elves and shit. That motherfucker put him in Peru. He didn't just get the trip. He sent them on a trip where he went to Peru, went through the fucking jungle, met the shaman, got it, did the trip, then woke up. Like, oh shit, the fuck? Hell yeah, bro. Crazy. He called out Nate Diaz. I would think. Here's the only thing, though. There's only one caveat to that's a major advantage for Jake Paul. Nate Diaz at most, right? He fights at he's 155 most of his career, right? Nate Diaz. Fought at 170 a bunch of times. He probably does walk around right around 180, maybe 180. You know, he's not a real big dude, you know, the Diaz brothers, but they're fairly decent size. So Jake Paul would have a size advantage. I wonder if the height, you know, him being taller than Woodley would even it out a little bit, but he'd probably have a similar size advantage to what he had against Woodley, but less so with height. You know? Oh, Nate's a beast, bro. Nate and Masvidal, bro. Those dudes are like the fight you anywhere, anytime, no matter what. You know what I mean? Streets, ring. I think it was Bisping. Was it Bisping? I don't remember who told the story. I think it was Bisping, where Masvidal they were at a bar or something, right? And these two dudes started, you know, fucking with Jorge, and they were in the bathroom talking shit or whatever. And Masvidal knocked both the dudes out. You know what I mean? And just walked out the bathroom, just peeled off smooth. You know what I mean? Bro, he threw his whole body into that shot. Sad to say, but this asshole has one of the best knockout punch ever seen right there. Perfect that on, bro. For sure, bro. For sure. Not for a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Not for a 24-year-old, not for a Disney star, like just period. One of the craziest highlight reel fucking knockouts you ever gonna see. And it was Jake Paul versus Tyron. What if someone told you that shit 3 years ago? Yo, 3 years from now, Jake Paul is gonna knock out Tyron Woodley the way Juan Manuel Marquez knocked out Pacquiao, the way Pacquiao knocked out Ricky Hatton. What would you think, bro? You'd be like, get the fuck out of here. Go to Complex Sports Twitter account. In their video, you see Paul give Woodley a hand gesture right before the call. Come on, bro. Can you please stop it? There is no... Listen, I'm not going to be disrespectful because hopefully we can talk sports in the future or nothing like that, so don't take what I'm saying in the wrong way or aggressive. But, bro, there is nobody on earth who is going to agree to get knocked out like that and on top of it, not get 500 grand for knocking the other guy out. I don't buy that shit at all. Check it out. Shit was rigged. Oh, you with my man Athletic. Listen. 100% I'll check it out. You know what I mean? I'm not like fucking so ignorant that I won't at least look at it. But man, listen. I'm telling you right now, bro. I watch way too much boxing in my life. Way too much street fighting I've seen in my life. Participated in some, saw a lot. You know what I mean? And nobody is gonna like say, yeah, knock me out like that. You know what I mean? Nobody, bro. That shit was brutal. That's the type of fucking knockout that can have, you know, impact on your life. You know what I mean? When you get knocked out like that, you lose part of your essence, period. So I don't buy it, man. It would have to look a little more different for that to be the case, you know? Yeah, bro. I can't buy that. I can't buy that. Bro, I got so much fucking phlegm right now. Hope I don't got COVID, bro. Hope I don't got COVID. I hope it's not Omicron. So, yeah, I don't buy that. I don't buy that, Lid. He got paid in a rollie. listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with all the premise being there for it to be rigged. But, bro, there is zero part of me that thinks there's a possibility that's rigged. And I ain't going to shit on you for it. You feel how you feel. I'll definitely take a look at the video that my man Aslatic is telling me. Matter of fact, Aslatic, do me a favor, bro. If you can, put the link for that video in the comment section. Then I'll go over to my YouTube and click to it just so I don't got to search for it and fucking like, you know what I mean? Get unlocked in. But I'll check out the link. I'll watch it right now on here. This is not boxing. No, it is though, bro. It's boxing. It's definitely entertainment, bro. But when you get punched in your face and knocked out for 3-4 minutes and possibly lose some of your fucking motor functions and shit like that, it's boxing, bro. The trolling is entertainment, you know? The Rolex, the shit talking, all this and that. Yeah, that's all the entertainment. Once you get in that ring, bro, and you put hands on each other, bro, especially like that, bro, that's a crazy knockout. No way. Tyron Woodley's too proud to allow himself to do that. And forget about proud, right? Take the proud shit out of it, bro. No competitor or anybody with any sense is going to agree to get KO'd like that, bro. That shit was fucking brutal. Brutal. Yeah, they bugging. I think they bugging. Nobody going to volunteer to get hit like that. Hell no. Hell fucking no. Maybe like, you know, if it's a dude on the street or something, you know what I mean? And like Jake Paul walks on the street, this guy never had shit in his life, or is a regular ass dude. He's like, yo, bro, I'll give you $100,000. You let me knock you out right now. I'll put a mat behind you. Yeah, we talking then. But we talking about a UFC Hall of Famer, all right, who got hit with a perfect punch. Perfect punch, bro. You would have to put Jake Paul in an octagon with Nate. No. There's no way. If you put Jake Paul in the octagon with the lowest guy on the UFC roster at his weight, it's an embarrassment. And he knows that, and he's not stupid, and he's not trying to step in the octagon with nobody anytime soon. He did say he might want to do some MMA training, so you never know. You know, maybe he does a few years of MMA training, and then he fucks around there too. The bookies run deep. Hey, listen, anything's possible, right? When it comes down to fixes and all these things. I'm not saying it's not possible in general. Bro, I'm like as close to being sure that one wasn't a rig job as anything ever. You know, you know what I mean, bro? That's a brutal knockout, bro. But listen, who knows? Nate's a soldier all his life. Kid's a Lionheart. Oh, yeah, bro. Of course. Nate Diaz is a fucking beast, but is he a better boxer? Right? Better street fighter? No question. Better in the octagon? No question. But we'd have to see them box now. And that's what makes this interesting now, right? Now shit gets interesting with Jake Paul, right? And it's good for Jake Paul, too, because now his confidence goes to another level. This guy just slumped a fucking UFC Hall of Famer. So now he believed in himself, kind of, regardless. You know, obviously he's doing this, right? But now he's achieved something that none of us thought 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, he would have any chance to knock out a guy like T Wood. You know, nobody. So, god damn. Usman versus Jake, boxing. That's interesting, right? That's kind of interesting because Usman has gotten a lot better in striking. You know, Usman is actually his size, right? Because Usman is 170, but Usman easily could fight at 185. I guarantee he walks around at 185, 190 without a doubt, easily. And that's because he's a fucking specimen and with no fat. So, yeah, that's interesting. But there's no way, you know. Dana White, after seeing that especially, he's not gonna take the chance of any of his guys getting beat by Jake Paul now. Not at this point, you know. You might have stood a chance, but now he's gonna fuck that shit. Imagine he knocks out Usman, bro. Imagine. Oh my god, bro. They're gonna shut down the UFC. Usman not gonna take the money. Usman would do it. I guarantee Usman would do it. It's just Dana White, bro. You know, that the great thing about the UFC is we always get to see the best fights, right? But the bad thing about it is there's a monopoly, you know, so Dana White has all the control. Like that joint already. Right. I've been holding this shit fucking. All right, I got you, Sean. I got you, bro. My man, Sean Gilbert. I know Sean Gilbert, no joke, since we were shit, bro. What we talking about, Sean? 6, 7, right? Maybe like definitely in that pocket. Maybe 8, 9 at the latest. Not being this. Let's see. I got you, bro. We good. We on now. All right. Let's see. Left my fucking ass off. Not being disrespectful, but these cats get knocked the fuck out as well. Because that shit was far from rigged. Oh, yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Let me tell you something, bro. I've been in a lot of street fights. I've boxed a little in my life, you know, gym boxing, shit like that. You know, I got fucking great hands. You know what I mean? Even though I'm still fucking, I'm obese. They call me obese hands now. They call me OH. They call me obese hands. You know what I'm saying? Obese hands, bro. Stop playing with me. But yeah. A Jake Paul in a boxing match would fuck me up. He'd fuck me up, bro. Maybe if we trained for 6 months, a year, you know, with good trainers, it's a possibility, Nick. But he'd fuck up Mario, Luigi, and Cliffy. All right, if we're being fucking honest here, you know what I mean? If we're being honest, yeah, nah, this one's not rigged, bro. Who the fuck would agree to get knocked out like that? Who? T Wood? He already made a mil or something great for that last fight. Maybe a little less than a mil. I might be exaggerating, but between what he's made since, because now his music goes up, he's dealing, you know, like everything, escalated since he left the UFC. You know, he made his money in the UFC, left the UFC, and he's built up his brand since he left, you know? But nah. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. All love, no disrespect, but not rigged, just upsetting. Period. Just upsetting, right? That's the shit. It's so upsetting. You got to be like, yo, it's rigged. It's rigged. This is bullshit. Just because it's so goddamn upsetting. Perfect. Who you taking, Fury or Jake? If he fights Tommy Fury, I mean, bro, if he fights Tommy Fury at this point, I don't know, bro. I think he beats Tommy Fury. This is the thing. If Tommy Fury looks how he looked against Taylor or whatever the fuck his name is, the dude that they pointed out purposely that he was fighting not on TV, the dude from Bellator, I forgot his name. You know who I'm talking about. But the dude who Fury fought last, Tommy Fury. If he looks like that, Jake Paul beats him for sure. No doubt in my mind. If he was doing that to bait Jake Paul into a fight, right? And he's going to show a lot more wrinkles, then we might have a different conversation. But if he looks like he looked in that fight, Jake Paul beats him. Probably starches him. But Tommy Fury is a naturally big dude. Yeah, bro. Love you too, brother. Yeah, 6 or 7. Hell yeah. My brother. Nobody's agreeing to get knocked out like that. I don't think so. My opinion. I'm definitely going to watch the video that my man over here, I got to look up his name again. Is he still on here? Where'd he go? It looks like his, all right, I got to go back to see his comments. But I'll definitely go to Complex Sports Twitter account. In their video, you can see Paul give Woodley. This is what my man said about it being rigged. Go to Complex Sports Twitter account. In their video, you see Paul give Woodley a hand gesture before the KO, scripted. I wish someone would drop that link in here because I don't want to start looking for it. Then I'm not going to be talking to y'all properly. You know what I mean? Did anybody else see this video he's talking about? Where, and wait, first of all, what does he mean a hand gesture? How you give a dude, see Paul give Woodley a hand gesture? How the hell could you even give a hand gesture with a glove on? You know what I mean? What is he? He put X-ray glasses on Woodley real quick, gave him the hand gesture, took the glasses off real quick. What you mean? What do you go like this with his glove? Ew, now I got time. What do he do, bro? I don't know, bro. That shit sound crazy to me. I'm definitely gonna watch the video though. Nah, I didn't see it. All right, let's check this. Bear with me, fellas. bear with me. Let's see if we could we could locate this Twitter video he's speaking of. So twitter.com, I should be logged in, so I shouldn't have to worry about logging in. That should be good. And he said complex, let's see, complex Twitter account. I guess that's what he's talking about, right? All right, now let's see. The ringside KO. Let's see what my man's talking about here. All right, I'm going to put this on the screen for y'all. Give me 1 second. I'll share this. It's from Twitter, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about getting flagged or anything like that, right? So let's add this on here. Let me blow it up so y'all can see it. And let's see if we can find anything, all right? Let's watch this together. I'm probably not going to put the audio on because that will it gives a little more likelihood for me to get flagged. But let's see. Let's watch this together and see if we can see anything, hand gesture or whatever he's talking about. No audio. We can't do audio. That's how I'll get clipped. All right. Let's see. Where's the hand gesture? Look for a hand gesture, y'all. We're looking for a hand. Woo! Wee! Woo! I ain't seen no damn hand gesture. The only hand gesture I seen was Jake Paul's fucking hand gesturing to Tyron Woodley's fucking jaw. All right, let's see. I don't see no. Do you guys see a gesture? I do not see any damn gesture. And I'm actually afraid to keep playing this because I'm afraid it's going to get me flagged at some point. Even though I'm playing it off someone else's fucking thing. I don't know. I don't see nothing. I'm going to watch it more separately because I don't want to take the chance of getting flagged. All right. I will also, I'll drop the actual link for this in the comment section. So if y'all want to go look at this yourself, you could go check that out and see if there's anything of note there for you. I'm really hoping that doesn't get me flagged. It would be awesome if it didn't because I just played some shit that was already on anyway. But goddamn. All right, so you see. He said he didn't see it. Well, now you've seen the video. Tell me what you think. I didn't see shit in it. What the fuck is this guy? Hey, listen, bro. This is the thing, right? Some people, and I'm not, taking anything away or shitting on nobody. Some people think that way first, right? They think conspiracy first, so they think rigged first. So then it's harder to talk them down from it, right? It's like somebody who's, racist or political or, Republican or Democrat. When you think and you look through a lens, sometimes that lens gets clouded and makes you not even be able to see shit for what it is sometimes, especially if it's an outcome that you really don't want, right? So that makes it a little easier to like just fucking dive into it. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, for sure, without a doubt. Yeah, subliminal, bro. Because I didn't see shit. And it would be pretty hard to make a gesture with a glove on. What kind of gesture could you really make? You know what I mean? Hand gesture don't exist. Just people, yeah. Exactly. Seeing something that's not there. Bro, he got fucking clapped, bro. You're going to tell me someone's going to agree to that? I'm not going to play it again because I don't want to get fucking flagged. You're going to tell me that someone in their right mind is going to say, hey, listen, I'll give you some money, even though you're successful and already had a nice career. I'm going to give you some money and maybe you'll get ALS when you're older. Yeah. I got some Parkinson's for you, possibly. But here's some money. Nah, fuck that shit, bro. No goddamn way. Yeah, I got you, brother. I know what you meant. Yeah, hell no, bro. Did you see that shit? Come on, bro. You cannot tell me. He hit the cartel. Wait. He got hit like the cartel. It's bullshit. Absolutely, bro. He got the El Chapo fucking right hand, bro. You know what I mean? He got the Ozark right hand. You ever watch Ozark? That's a dope ass show. He got the Ozark right hand. Fuck out of here, bro. All right, let's see what you're saying here. Let me zoom in. Right, no doubt. That's why I kind of don't agree with the contracts between boxer and an MMA fighter just in the boxing ring. How come they don't set up contracts afterwards to fight in an octagon reverse situation? I think at some point we will end up saying that. I mean, we will end up seeing that as the sports keep kind of like melding in together, and there's less of like, there's always going to be the boxing MMA rivalry for some stupid reason, which I don't get because it's both fight sports. But I think you'll see it eventually. The problem is, bro, the problem is, hold on, let me say peace to Led real quick. Led, very much appreciate you, bro. Very much appreciate you. So I think you'll start seeing it more at some point. The problem is, bro, 99% of boxers, if they go into the octagon and they're able to get kicked in the leg or choked or mounted or taken down or anything along those lines, bro, they're going to be fish out of water, and there's no sense on having the fights. You know what I mean? The only chance they have is somehow landing a shot when the fight starts and the second round starts if they make it. And that's like the only time, because if a fighter is skilled in some type of groundwork, some type of ground art, they're just going to go for that immediately. So the boxer, yeah, they stand a chance to land a lucky punch, not a lucky punch, but hey, but that's it. You know what I mean? So it wouldn't make sense at the moment, unfortunately, because the skill deficit would be way too obvious if you put an boxer in. Now, what I think is possible that they maybe should do is do some mixed rules, right? Maybe we do run one round boxing. They did something like that recently with Mighty Mouse in one championship, where it's like they switched the disciplines in the rounds. Like you might be able to do some type of mixed combat thing, but I think I don't know, man. I think we're fairly far away from like a boxer being able to step in with it. I mean, look at Claressa Shields, right? Perfect example is Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields is by far, one of the best female boxers ever. Definitely pound for pound best right now, if you ask me. And, she won her first fight. She was able to, persevere and win it. But the ground game, bro, it's just the ground game is fucking, they have no idea what to do. And that's Claressa when she's been training MMA for almost a year and a half, 2 years now. So she's already learning it, and she's still fish out the water, bro. Be hard to do, but I really hope it happens. Fuck yeah, he did. Oh yeah, the El Chapo. When we talk about the Ozark, right? The Ozark right hand. Well, I don't think they are the same. Sean, what are you talking about right here exactly? Just so I know. Well, I don't think they are the same. I want to see what Jake. I'm telling you, man. Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz is a fun one. That's a fun one. Because you're going to have this kid who does nothing but talk shit. You're going to have Nate who talks shit good on Twitter. You know what I mean? But then like in the interviews and all that shit, he'll just be, his awkward self and shit, but still talk some good shit, and just his essence alone, Nate's essence is dope no matter what. I wasn't always a big Nate Diaz fan, but he's grew on me over the years. But his name and his toughness get him more respect than he should at times comparative to his fighting, because a good amount of the time he's lost to the bigger names, you know what I mean? To the better guys, but I love Nate, you know what I mean? And I love watching him fight every fucking time. But, I think his essence and just the way he is and his toughness is really what makes Nate special. He has skills. Nobody's denying his skills either. But, I don't know. I think he needs to fight fun fights at this point, Nate Diaz, right? So fun fights in the UFC, fun fights in cross promotions, maybe. And what would be more fun than Jake Paul versus fucking Nate Diaz, bro? And then if you get Logan Paul versus fucking Nick, that should be crazy, But personally, I think Nick Diaz, unless he looks very different, I believe he's fighting again. Then he looked against Robbie Lawler. Nick Diaz needs to just get his last paycheck and call it a day. You know what I mean? Well, I don't think they are the same. Well, you got two different types of fighting. A street fight isn't the same. Exactly. Yeah, street fight is street fight. MMA is MMA. Boxing is boxing, and they all don't. But especially MMA though, man, because you get guys. I mean, look at nowadays, especially, right? Like these guys are so fucking talented now and so skilled now that, you know, they're like as good as the boxers are just in boxing in like 3 different disciplines, sometimes 4 different disciplines. You know, they might have good wrestling, good jujitsu, good knees, good elbows, and good stand up. You know, so they might be 50-60% as good as the boxer in stand-up, but then 100% better than the boxer in every other area. So it's just a hard crossover, man. It's a very hard crossover, but I would love to fucking see it. Nobody would agree to get knocked out like that. We talking about throwing away your dignity and self-respect. Nah, no way, cuz. Yeah. Exactly, Nick. That's totally how I feel about it. And not only dignity, you know, self-respect, also your health. You know what I mean? Getting knocked out like that, bro. You don't, bro, listen, bro. Do you know how many times, you know, between fights, football, doing dumb shit, I know for a fact I got concussions. And every time you're concussed and you realize that as you get older, it takes a little piece. You know what I mean? That shit takes a little piece of the fucking brain, man. You know? Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. The MMA fighters are too skilled at the moment. Exactly. At the moment, I can't see it. I can't see it being legitimate, you know? Unless, like you said, unless you get a guy, right? Let's say Terrence Crawford, right? You get a guy like Crawford, maybe, who has a little bit of a wrestling background. He does a little more in the sport of boxing, cements his legacy, you know, fights 2-3 fights. He's still fairly young. And then he trains for like 2 years, only MMA. You know what I mean? Tightens up his wrestling again because he actually has a good wrestling background, Terrence Crawford. Then tries fighting MMA when he's 38, maybe. You know what I mean? See if he could fucking, you know, hang with an MMA fighter. You need a guy who still has some years, right? Still has some tread on his wheels, and then also train strictly MMA for 2-3 years before stepping in the octagon. That's the only way I could see it, you know, being anything less than a fucking demolition. You know what I mean? I mean, can you imagine, bro? Can you imagine you put these dudes in there, but they don't even know how to stand properly to like avoid takedowns, or, you know, the boxing stance is totally different. The boxing stance, you have to be heavy on your leg, right? So that leg, you're heavy on that leg the entire time. Those kicks, bro, you're gonna see 20 legs break. Let's say they had 25 fights, you see 20 leg breaks. You know what I mean? Just based off the, you know, that's part of the reason why Conor had a problem with the leg kicks, because now he's taken on more of a boxing stance rather than the karate stance, and it's been problematic for him as far as lead leg and, you know, all those type of things. So, you know, it would take a lot, man. It would take a lot. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen at some point. I think we'll have some weird ones within the next couple of years that don't make sense, and then maybe in like 5 years, 6 years, you might start seeing it be a thing. You might actually see like a league or some shit, you know, some type of like company that, like, you know, they take boxers and they take guys, you know, MMA, you know what I mean? And then they do like separate, you know, things, whether it's guys before they go either direction or after, you know, when they're a little weathered. You might start seeing it more at some point. But I don't know, man. What else is going on out there, guys? Keep leaving comments. Keep talking to me. I'll hang out for a little while. Otherwise, I'm going to go take care of some editing, some other shit. Anybody who's on here, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. All right. Tune in every Wednesday for the original WHigga's comedy podcast with me and my man, Uncle Dust. Straight comedy, satire, shit talk. We plan some things here and there, but a lot of it's just off the head, improv, telling stories, you know, pulling up stupid pictures, skits. We're going to be incorporating more stuff into the comedy podcast as we go on, because, you know, we're just getting our legs under us as far as our structure. And I do a lot of the producing and pre-show stuff. And I do a bunch of other things, plus my kids and homeschool and all that. So doing our best to provide the best content from every angle that I provide it. And I appreciate any support. Like, it means a lot. You know what I mean? I think you have to start them young. My son is going to be a beast. He's already trying to do one-handed push-ups. Nice, bro. How old is your son? How old is your son that's ready to beast out? You definitely got to start him young, though. I think getting your kids into some form of MMA or martial arts young is key, especially girls, man. It's good to get your females. But the problem with that is like jujitsu. Do you really want your daughter in jujitsu at a young age? And, or you know, so it gets a little sketchy to a degree, but there is honor within that shit. So you feel like, you know, you could trust it, but it's still a little sketchy. You know what I mean? Love you, bud. I'm going to check that shit out. I want to see the Christmas show. Oh yeah. Yeah. We're going to try to cook up some lovely fuckery this Wednesday for the Christmas show. Once again, a lot of it's gonna be off the head. You know what I mean? Play some Christmas songs, freestyle some different lyrics, fuck around. You know, we're gonna have fun, man. Love you too, my brother. Love you too. 4.5, and he's trying to do one-handed push-ups. Let's go. Let's go. Wrestling is fucking A1 for young kids, bro. A1, bro. A1, bro. You know what I mean? Discipline. The weight cutting teaches discipline. You just got to be careful. You know, make sure your district don't push them too far. Exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem, bro. I feel the same way. You know, like I would like it for the self-defense angle, but then I'm just not comfortable with it either. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel the same way with the jiu-jitsu, you know? I feel the same fucking way, bro. You know this world, bro. This world ain't no fucking, you know what I mean? This world ain't Dawson's Creek. I wish it was. And then what? Dawson's Creek, look, some of the people on that show turned out to be those type of people. So there you go. Right? Craziness. Agreed. Both different types of fighting. Yes, street fighting isn't boxing, but reverse the situation of boxing ain't the same as street fighting. 100%. 100%. You know, you could get someone who's a dope ass boxer, catch him bad moment, bad day on the street, fuck him up. But you sit and you get in the ring with them, they're gonna dust you up. You know what I mean? They're gonna dust our asses up if they're trained and, you know, efficient. Discipline for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I feel that way. I think I'm pretty set in that thought process. No doubt. Different ball game. Yeah, totally different ball game. Exactly, bro. Exactly. All right, so if y'all want to keep commenting, ask some questions, whatever, let me know what kind of shit you'll want to talk about. You want to talk about some fights, you know what I mean? I'll stay on for a little while. Otherwise, I might take off. Anybody who's on the stream, please hit that subscribe button. I try to go live every Saturday around the main events. You know, you figure maybe 10:30, somewhere in that pocket every Saturday. And then we go live for the comedy podcast every Wednesday. And then we clip them up. And I'm trying to get more on top of clipping up the episodes quicker because I know a lot of people would rather watch 5, 7, 10 minutes at a time than a whole 2-3 hour show or podcast. So I get that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Bring the plunger, bro. Bring the plunger. You know what I mean? And the fresh garlic. We'll stick it in their wounds. You know what I mean? Guys, we'll stick the fresh garlic in their wounds, guys. Don't worry. You know what I mean? I'm out, about to hit the bone and fly. Yeah. I think I'm about to do the same thing. I don't see too many comments coming in. I see Sean's about to bounce too. Love you, brother. To anyone that tuned in to the stream before, to this stream, to both, anybody watches any videos, I truly appreciate all and any support. I deal with a lot of censorship, a lot of crazy shit across all media platforms. So every like, every share, every comment, it truly, truly helps, and it's very much appreciated. All right? So hit that subscribe button, show that love, share it, let people know. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Love, love, love.